Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, comes to you with a brand new video. Before we get into the video, man, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on this video. Man, you know I had to come back and make a video, man. My New York Knicks, the New York Knicks just traded for Karl Anthony Towns. Now, I am a couple of days late, or a couple hours late, only because I wanted everything to be finalized. I wanted all the trades to go through. I wanted everything to be officialized before I make a video. So, I have all the information. I have everything needed to update you guys. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So, Karl Anthony Towns has been traded from the Minnesota Timberwolves to the New York Knicks for Julius Randle, Donte divencenzo, and a Detroit Pistons first-round pick that is heavily protected. I believe it's top 13, then top 11, then top 9. And then by 2026, 2027, it's 2 second-round picks. But for this trade to officially go down, the New York Knicks had to make it a 3-team trade where they had to send out, minimum contracts. Well, the New York Knicks front office is incredible. The way that they made a CBA. So with the new CBA, you couldn't have 3 minimum contracts. You couldn't aggregate salaries to make trades. So what the New York Knicks did, they paid each one of those 3 players, Dwayne Washington, Keita Bates-Diop. There's another guy, $1 more than the minimum, which is insane. So they traded away 3 second-round picks, those 3 guys, to make this deal work. Now, the New York Knicks get back the draft rights to James Nagy, who was picked in the 2023 NBA draft with a 31st overall pick. He's a 6'11" center with a 7'5" wingspan, elite athleticism. The man can jump out the rim. He's a shot blocker, very good in drop coverage. So, hey, man, who knows? A couple years down in the line, James Nagy can come over and become the Knicks' backup center or become the center, have Karl Anthony Towns move to the power forward spot. There is a lot of things that the New York Knicks can do, and this is very, very crucial to how the New York Knicks are going to compete for a championship. Now, before I get into the Knicks side of things, man, I just have to say thank you to Julius Randle, man. When in 2019, 2018, when Julius Randle came over, when we missed out on KD, when we missed on Kyrie, when we missed out on Zion, the only guy that wanted to come here was Julius Randle and Marcus Morris, who we did sign to an Exhibit 10 deal, but we had to waive him because we needed to make the money work, and then we did invite him again to come to camp, but he said no, he wanted an actual roster spot, so, there is that. But, for Julius Randle, he came, turned himself into an All-NBA player, turned himself into an All-Star, made $100 million, made generational wealth. He embraced the city as his own. It wasn't a perfect relationship. We had a lot of ups, we had a lot of downs. In the playoffs, him booing the fans, putting the thumbs down, all that. It wasn't a perfect relationship, but it did help the New York Knicks become what they are now. They became a championship contender. They can potentially win the NBA championship this season, and it wouldn't be possible without Julius Randle and the sacrifices that he had to make, the improvements in his games that he had to do to become a player that could be traded for Karl Anthony Towns. It's incredible. I just want to say thank you to Julius Randle. Now let's talk about the white Italian mobster, Mr. Big Ragu. Donte divencenzo probably had one of, if not the best single one season, run for the New York Knicks in history. The man came in, started off as a bench player. 15 games in, I think he started over Quentin Grimes. Never looked back. Shot 40% from the 3 on 8 attempts a game for the entire season. Came into the playoffs injured. Everybody was injured. Donte divencenzo stepped up, hit the game-winning 3-point shot against the Philadelphia 76ers to win Game 6. The man took the city, put it on his back, when everybody was down, and he didn't disappoint. And all I want to say is thank you to Julius Randle, thank you to Donte divencenzo. You guys have done so much for the New York Knicks, and I won't forget what you guys have done. New York won't forget. But let's talk about this Karl Anthony Towns trade, man. Karl Anthony Towns makes the New York Knicks so much better in a variety of ways. Now, Jalen Brunson hasn't really played with, a full 5-out offense since he got to the New York Knicks. He did run some of that when he was playing with Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber in Dallas with the Mavericks. But, ever since he got to New York, he had to play with Julius Randle, who has been a subpar shooter his entire career, besides that 1 year where he shot 40%. Mitchell Robinson, who isn't a really offensive threat in any sense of 2 feet outside the paint. RJ Barrett wasn't really a knockdown shooter. He could hit it occasionally. But ever since Jalen Brunson got here, he had never played with guys that can consistently knock down shots for him to be open to, have the middle of the floor in the mid-range, just become a wizard, become a DeMar DeRozan, a KD, just dominate from the mid-range. He never had that luxury because, his cornermen, his top of the key guys couldn't really shoot the ball. Now, you got Karl Anthony Towns, one of, if not the greatest shooting big man ever. You got OG Anunoby, shot 39, 40% from the three on 3 to 4 attempts. Mikal Bridges shot 38, 39% from the three. Come on, man. Mikal Bridges shoots 41% from the left corner. OG Anunoby shoots 46% from the right corner. Karl Anthony Towns shoots like 40% from the top of the key. Come on, man. You got Josh Hart, disruptor, menace on the court. Fuck everything up. I'm gonna play it, make it dirty. I'm gonna muck everything up. Josh Hart, bro, it's incredible. You got Deuce McBride, man, 40% three-point shooter. Hopefully the shot is legit and it wasn't a one-year fluke. But come on, Jalen Brunson hasn't really played with guys that can shoot the ball when he passes to them like he's going to be playing this season and going forward. It is incredible. A 5-out offense with Jalen Brunson running the show, Karl Anthony Towns spotting up in occasions is going to be phenomenal. You cannot forget the pick and roll that Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns are going to run. You can't hedge. It's going to be very hard. Defenses are going to have to overthink a lot. A lot of helps are going to be had to have. Karl Anthony Towns is a very good pick and roller. He can roll to the rim. He's very good at the rim. He can pop out to three. He's a 40-something% three-point shooter. Jalen Brunson, very good three-level scorer. Can get to the rim at any time he wants. Very good three-point shooter. Shot 40% from the three. It is going to be insane. But the biggest question mark is the size. Mitchell Robinson, Karl Anthony Towns, can he defend? Is he the great rebounder? That's the biggest concern I've seen a lot of Knicks fans, and myself included, have. Karl Anthony Towns, he hasn't really ever been a great defender. He hasn't really been a great rim protector. He's been solid. I think he's been, when you play with Tom Thibodeau in his first stand, I think he was like a 75 percentile rim protector or 85, something like that. He's never been elite, but he's always been a great rebounder. When he was playing for the first 5 years, I think 5-6 years, he was averaging at least 10 rebounds a game. He had years where he had 12 rebounds a game. But ever since, Rudy Gobert came in, Karl Anthony Towns has a slide to the 4. His rebounds dropped from 10 to 9 to 8. 8's a pretty good number. That's what Julius Randle was averaging basically. 8 to 9, 8 to 10 rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns can do that. And if he's going to start at the center spot, which I think he is until Mitchell Robinson comes back, he's going to be able to get those 11, 12 rebounds. We might even see a career year where Karl Anthony Towns spots up a lot, gets a lot of catch and shoot shots and averages like 25 and like 12. It's a possibility. But not to forget, Karl Anthony Towns is a super underrated passer. Not to forget that at all. He's not like Isaiah Hartenstein. He's not like Ihart. He can't really hit the sliver, get through the lane, those pocket passes, those, precise passes. He's not that type of passer like Ihart. But he's a very creative passer too. He has shown the ability to throw lobs. He can throw lobs very well, which was a play that you ran a lot with Rudy Gobert to get him an open look. Karl Anthony Towns has shown the ability to do, cross-court passes very well. He's shown to behind the back. He's shown that he is a very creative passer if you give him the ball and let him, post up and see what he can create. Now, there are a lot of limitations. Karl Anthony Towns isn't really great in a drop coverage, which, has been Tom Thibodeau's bread and butter. So it is going to be interesting to see how Tom Thibodeau can get Karl Anthony Towns to play drop coverage, or, help cover his lack of ability to play drop coverage. How he's going to use Mikal, how he's going to use OG, how he's going to use Josh Hart or Deuce McBride. It's going to be interesting to see how Tom Thibodeau makes Karl Anthony Towns work in New York. Now, there are some positives because Karl Anthony Towns and Tom Thibodeau have been together with each other. They have had, relationships with each other. Tom Thibodeau coached Karl Anthony Towns in Minnesota his first couple of years in the NBA. So, it is going to be interesting to see how the New York Knicks are going to look. I think they have the ability to be a top 3 offense and a relatively, high defensive team. But yeah, guys, let me know how you guys feel about the Karl Anthony Towns trade. Are you guys happy about it? Are you guys content? Are you guys sad? Do you guys miss Julius Randle, Donte, divencenzo? Let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys against the trade? I have seen people argue that it was a bad trade, that, it doesn't really help fit the New York Knicks identity. I can see it. But let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, YouTube.